Good morning, good evening, everybody. I'm DrChe, and today we are going to discuss about OET clubbing for both doctors and nurses. And I have also one success story with me, Dr. Leuda from Australia. She will introduce herself because she has recently passed her OET. So could you please, doctor, introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Mila and I'm living in Australia. I have been going through the OAT preparation and I have been sitting an exam twice
Uh-huh.
and because only Dr. Che passed with my writing,
Writing,
thank you
yes.
so much.
Yeah. When were your first attempt, please?
First attempt was at the beginning of April,
April, okay.
yes,
So
and the second
2021.
attempt was, I think it was July.
Okay,
Yeah,
July.
because I knew, yeah, because I knew that I could do like a clubbing or
Mm-hmm.
online test,
Mm-hmm.
and it must be done within 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I try to see as soon as possible.
Okay, so we will discuss about clubbing. So what was
Yeah,
your score in first attempt?
about my score in the first attempt, I got B score in each part apart from reading, where I got C plus, and
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 340.
Mm-hmm.
And when I get done second time, it was in reading I got B, but in listening I got C plus. But I was lucky because the first time I got B. That's
Uh-huh.
why it's still overall
Okay, great. Okay, and what about writing? Writing, how much you got in the first attempt and how much in the second attempt?
in the writing in the first attempt. I think I got 370,
Mm-hmm.
and the second attempt I passed as well, and the score was 360.
60, okay.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit difference sometimes in case notes and then so just please could you please just tell us, because many people just keep asking the questions, what you have done to improve your writing in first attempt and second attempt.
Mm, to improve your writing, just need to work every day on your
Uh-huh.
writing,
Uh-huh.
especially with Dr. Che.
Uh-huh.
He will send to you feedback
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
your writing,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, and just try to avoid those mistakes that you already done before,
Uh-huh.
and each time you will see improvement in your writing.
Okay, so how many letters I have corrected for you almost?
10 or 15, I even don't remember, but it was a lot.
Yes, I can
It was
see.
a lot.
So I have
Yes.
corrected your letters and from the first time. So I think it
Yeah.
would be almost, 10 or 12. Okay. I think I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but
Yeah.
I have your folder there with your name, but as we are short of time. So another
Yeah.
thing people will ask from you. So writing, do you get any other paid uh, service for your writing to improve your writing?
Uh, yeah, I have done actually OET online course,
Uh-huh.
and I had some like actually writing tasks
Uh-huh.
where they could be corrected by teacher,
How
but
many
it
letters?
wasn't. I think it was 10 letters,
Uh-huh.
10 letters,
Uh-huh.
and but it wasn't so good. Like feedback that you can discuss. They just sent feedback and corrected your mistake,
Uh-huh.
but you can't discuss about like all your feedback and
Uh-huh.
what can be done in a different way, or like
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
yeah, and they didn't like highlight so much like where should be like uh, the main point, or where can information be omitted. They didn't
Uh-huh.
highlight that. Like I wasn't actually really like happy
Uh-huh.
with that,
So
but
just
when I
let
found
me
you,
tell you,
yeah.
let me ask you, did you
Mm.
get OET online subscription first or my subscription first?
Actually, I have done OET online course
First,
first.
first. Okay.
Yes, first. Yeah.
So as it is sometimes I think their courses are very costly and these things, but then
Mm.
you thought about I need some more preparation
Im-
about writing.
yes, yes,
Uh-huh,
because I felt that it was my weak point,
uh-huh,
and I saw that it's not enough their task and feedbacks,
uh-huh,
and I felt I need a little bit more who can lead me
uh-huh.
to the right direction.
Okay,
And
so
yeah,
another thing is okay, so
yep.
so you got there. We should not discuss too much about other people because I'm already having problem with many people. Everybody wants my groups to be closed and all of these things. So it is really frustrating for
Okay.
me. So uh, other thing is how what was difference, especially in my correction that you see that that you could not find on other place.
About your correction, you corrected my letter that I
uh,
made it by myself.
uh
Then you sent your letter, and I could
Model
compare.
answer. Yes, you could compare.
Yeah, your
I
own
correct
answer.
your
Yep.
mistakes, then I give you alternatives, better options also.
Yes.
I not only point
Yes.
out mistakes. So this is my
Yes.
difference between my correction and other people's correction. So another thing is, as I was doing online, I usually don't appear myself in, in videos and these things. So how it was difficult for you to trust on me because, online people many do scams also and these things.
Mm, after even first letter of
Uh,
correction of my
uh-huh,
letter,
uh-huh,
I saw that you are very professional,
uh-huh,
and that I can rely on you
uh-huh,
because you usually send a feedback like in 24 hours,
uh-huh.
and it was very fast for me that
Okay.
I could continue
Mm,
like practicing on my writing.
yes, even I remember if you got 370 in first attempt, then uh, when you were taking second time, you told me that want some more corrections because still even if you you got B grade in first attempt, but you were
Hmm.
just trying to not to take the risk again because we I think I corrected more letters for your second attempt also.
Yes, that's true
Okay.
because I
Yeah.
didn't have a
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
before my first test. I didn't have
Uh-huh.
a time to do
Uh-huh.
my writing with you
Uh-huh.
more than second time.
Uh-huh.
Second time I had like 2-3 months to like writing with you,
Uh-huh.
and the first time I think it was like 2 weeks
Uh-huh.
because I just found you for my test.
Uh-huh.
That's
And
why I
doctor, one
haven't
more
done a
thing.
lot of.
Yes, reading you got 340 for the first time. Did you go for remark or you didn't go for remark?
Yes, I did go for remark, and
Uh-huh.
as they said it's still the same.
Uh,
That's why I lost like 1 month of waiting for my
yeah,
remark.
that is why I usually ask my students to prepare well. So just briefly, could you please tell us what you have done to improve your reading?
For my reading,
Yes.
I you need to build your strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Like for each part, it's
Mm-hmm.
different strategy. Like for part A, it's like good listening, catching
Uh,
the main words
uh-huh.
in a sentence. Even if some, like for example, in part A, there is a sentence where there is no like missed words, there is
Uh-huh.
no blank in a sentence. You
Uh-huh.
still need to read that sentence because maybe you will get the main point
Uh-huh.
and another sentence will lead you to that point.
Uh-huh.
That's why you need to read everything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And about
Uh-huh.
part B, the the key in reading for me was to read the text first, to make up or to go with my main idea, and after reading the answers, then
Okay.
I could compare my own answers with the rest of answers.
Uh-huh. And part C?
Yeah. And for part C, I actually made the same strategy as for part B. I
Uh-huh.
read the text first, I didn't want to read the answers because I didn't want to make myself confused. That's why I read the first text, and after I read all answers. And yeah, it worked for me as well. Yeah, part B and
So
C maybe it's the
yeah,
same approach.
yes. So
And
that's
yeah,
just
pay
just I would
attention,
like to,
please.
yes, pay attention to what?
Pay attention, please, to like joining words, like but or and or any like these, like adverbs, adjectives. A lot of we can find in part C, especially we can find a lot of like similar answers. Um, I mean, for example, if you got like 4 answers and there would be like 2 almost the same answers,
Yes, yes,
you
that is
need
correct.
you need to find exactly that clue, that keyword, which will help you to exclude another incorrect answer. That's why like all that words like otherwise, however, but, and like moreover, like all of these words, it will help you with correct answer.
Okay, that's, yes, that is correct. That is correct. So just little bit, this strategy, first reading the question, first reading text, then finding reading the question. It works for some of the people. For most of us, it works better to first read the question, then go for the text to find whatever exactly is there. But still, you people can try as we have tried this one. So you should try both of these ways, that which one works better for you, you can take for your exam.
Yes.
So the last thing that we will discuss is this one.
Yep.
So yeah, as your score was C plus in reading here and B in reading here, so how
Yep.
you were able to get clubbing, that you people call clubbing, so how you were able to manage these things? I don't want people want to know about clubbing and how to do that. Okay.
Like you will definitely, if you do clubbing, you will definitely need to get once score B, and if you will get the second term score not less than C plus, you'll still pass. It doesn't matter which part, but you need to get once, like in the first, for example, test, you got all part B except for the listening. You got in listening C plus, and then you got in a listening B. But for example, in the rest of 3 part, you got C plus. You will still pass. You will still pass
This is for
because it's the
Australia,
same.
for doctors for
Yes.
Australia. Another
Yes.
question. So let us give an example. For example, a first attempt. Another thing is second attempt should be within 6 months. Okay, this is true.
That's correct.
Yes,
Yeah, that's correct.
and none of the it means none of the modules should be less than C plus. Okay.
Correct. Yep.
So example, in first you have B in all, in listening you have C plus. Okay. In second
Yes.
attempt, that is with that should be within 6 months, you have C plus in all, and you have
Yes.
in listening you have
You got
B.
B.
Yeah, then you can club this listening here, and you will
Yes.
get overall your score is B in all. Is like this.
Yes. Yeah,
Let us
it
take
works
another
like
example.
this.
Yes, let us take another
Yeah.
example. So in first attempt, for example, in first attempt, you got B in all, and your writing is C plus. Okay.
Yep.
And second, you got B in writing and listening. Okay. Reading
Yep.
you got B, and speaking you got C. So then we can club it.
No, we
Why?
can't club it.
Why?
because you got C, and it says not less than C plus.
So C plus, we should not get any C plus less than C plus. Okay. So let
Yes.
us take another example. First, B in all, okay, and
Mm-hmm.
C in writing. There's a case of usually in nursing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So in second, you got, let us take B in all, okay, in
Yep.
all four modules.
Yeah.
Can
Yep.
we club?
No, we still cannot clubbing.
No
Doesn't matter
clubbing?
if it's first or it's
Uh-huh.
second test.
Uh-huh.
If it's there is C, not C
Uh-huh.
plus,
Uh-huh.
you can't clubbing.
Uh-huh. Okay. So we will discuss a little bit more about this. Let's first discuss who accepts clubbing. Okay. In
Mm-hmm.
Australia, that you have yourself, and one more thing,
Yep.
for second attempt, some
Mm-hmm.
people ask me if we have in reading only we have problem. Can we only take reading, or we need to take the
No,
all the modules again?
no, we need to sit on all modules again, and again, it depends on the specialty. Because for doctors, we definitely need to sit for all modules. I'm not sure how it works for nurses, and yeah, another profession as well. I don't know, but I have heard that some profession can sit just only on one module.
Okay.
Mm.
So for doctor,
Yep.
what you are sure is for Australia. Okay.
Yep.
For Australia, for doctors, we need to take the second time all the modules. Okay. You cannot take only
Yeah,
the one module that you have failed. And let me
that's
tell you
right.
about UK. About UK,
Mm-hmm.
uh, clubbing does not work for doctors. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is not
Yep.
allowed. Okay.
Yep.
So for nurses, they can do clubbing. For UK,
Yeah.
nurses can do clubbing. Okay. Nurses can do
Mm-hmm.
clubbing for UK. And for Australia, both doctors and nurses can do clubbing. Okay.
Yes.
Nurses, and they should check whether they can sit in only one module, the nurses, because we are doctors, we are not sure. I think it should be in all modules. We need to appear in all modules again. But UK,
Yep.
in for UK, for nurses, they need to take all modules again. Okay. If they fail in, for example,
Okay.
writing or listening, they cannot only
Mm-hmm.
take that part, they need to take all the modules again.
All
And
modules.
what
Mm-hmm.
you're sure about Australia, as you are the doctors in you are the doctor in Australia. So for Australia, we need to take all modules again. Okay, nurses can
Yeah.
confirm what is for them there. Okay.
Yep.
Next is I we have seen in many places that Ireland accepts clubbing, but I have done the search. I think Ireland is not accepting clubbing for both doctors and
N-
nurses.
yes, Ireland is not accepting, as I have done here my research. It's not acceptable at all. But for New Zealand, nurse is acceptable and doctors unacceptable.
So New Zealand clubbing is acceptable
Yes, only for nurses,
only for nurses, not for doctors.
not for doctors.
So only for nurses. So what we can resume that for doctors, clubbing is only for Australia. Okay.
Yes,
For nurses, they can do clubbing for UK, Australia,
and New
and
Zealand.
New
Yep,
Zealand. Okay. So this is
yep.
according to today's date is 28 or 29, I think, November
Mhm.
2021. So maybe later on some other organization accepts the clubbing, then people will say you people were telling a lie. So this is according to today's update. Okay. So
Yes,
maybe so whenever you need any of these information, just search with your required body organization. For example, if for nurses is NMC, Nursing Medical Council. For UK, for doctors is GMC, and for
mhm.
Australia, what is?
It's medical board or opera.
Medical board or APRA, yes. So you should check with them if you are not sure about anything. Nurses can check with Australian Nursing Council, all of these things. So one interesting story I got with a nurse, and she got listening B, reading B, speaking uh, and writing. She got in writing, I think she got C at that
C
time.
plus.
C,
Only C.
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, C. And speaking was C plus. Okay,
Okay.
then what happened? She contacted me. She contacted me,
Mm-hmm.
and she joined my writing and speaking courses. So I helped
Mm-hmm.
her to improve these two modules. What happened next time is in reading and listening she got C plus this time.
Mm-hmm.
In speaking, she got B 350, I think. And writing, she got C plus. Okay, C plus for nurse is acceptable for UK. Okay, for
Yeah.
writing.
Yep.
For
Yep.
speaking, B is acceptable. And listening, reading, she failed in C plus. If she got C B grade here, then this result was enough for her.
Mm.
So now I told her you can club. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So reading and listening was C plus and here was B. I was thinking that she can club because reading, if it is passed in C plus, then C here was low and she can club. Then I was told that we cannot club if there is a score of C
Mm-hmm.
in any of the modules in two parts, okay, into these two tests.
Yep. Yep.
So she had C plus here in this writing. So that is why she could not club. If she had C plus here, then
Yes.
she could club. Okay, due to this
This
writing
she's
C,
still clubbing.
she
Yep.
could not do the clubbing. So this was one important thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what we need is we need to take the test in two parts. Means within 6 months. Okay. Another thing is about USA. USA clubbing usually does not work. But
Mm.
in rare cases, because I had some my one student from from USA, she was taking for USML EFMCG, EFCMG, EFCMG registration. In rare
Mm-hmm.
cases, if you contact them, they might accept. I'm not saying they accept openly, they might accept your clubbing. So I'm not saying they usually they do not accept
Yeah.
clubbing, but one of my students told she contacted them and they said that in your case, in only your case, we can
Mm-hmm.
accept it. So people, if you are from USA, you are taking for EFCMG, you can just confirm with them. But I think USML students are very, talented students. They should just take some
Yep.
feedback and some help of any OET tutor. They can easily pass the exam.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
So,
Perhaps if the hospital
uh,
is a lack of people, or
uh-huh,
like medical staff, nurses,
uh-huh,
doctors,
uh-huh.
perhaps they say to medical board, okay, we will accept even people if they
Yes,
fail.
depends. Yes, it depends
Mm.
when, how they have uh, demand of doctors and nurses. If they need
Yes.
really badly, then they might
Yes.
accept even a little bit. They might be a
Yeah.
little bit flexible.
Yes.
So, doctor, I'm really thankful to you. So you have given us very important tips. I why I
You're
invited
welcome.
you, why I invited you for the this discussion of clubbing, because you were the first doctor, one of my
Okay.
students who told me that you are doing to do clubbing and it is acceptable there. So that is why I asked you to help us with
Okay.
that. So I'm really
Yes,
thankful.
that's
You
true.
I know you are a very busy person and you
No,
have
it's
a lot of
okay, Dr. Che.
responsibilities. And
You help
I'm
me
really
and I helping you.
yes. So one more thing is, we we should acknowledge if somebody helps you, we should acknowledge. So you are one of the good persons. So from the start you are telling me, if we pass with your help, we should accept your we should acknowledge your help. This is good thing, because it is just stimulation for new people who want to join OET, who want to prepare, so they can
Mm.
get good OET tutor. Otherwise there are many people who just they become famous, but in the real they are not good. Okay, so this is the
Yes.
thing. And one more thing, can you please tell me, are the letters were correct by myself, or is anybody else who is doing correction for me?
No, all letters were corrected by
Yeah,
yes, by
yeah, I
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
by me, I reply myself to all of my students. I do all the speaking
Yes.
by myself. I become the patient, they become the doctors, and then I mark their. I just keep noting the mistakes. All the letters are corrected by
Yes.
myself. The problem is I cannot believe, trust anybody else. We need to maintain a very good, quality of feedback.
Yes.
So this is my WhatsApp, and people, maybe I am having problem with my Facebook due to many issues with many OET organizations. Maybe my Facebook account gets blocked, my Facebook groups get blocked. So I will, share the link below in chat box if I
Hmm.
have some new Facebook group, if in case my old groups get blocked. Okay. So thank you, doctor.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome, Dr.
Thank you,
Che.
doctor. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.